having difficulty starting this. This is now the fourth time I've begun recording this section. I really wish that I could talk to you without hesitation, without self-censorship or self-restraint. I think that it would afford me a good deal of closure. However, I don't think that it is my place to bring about such conversation, as I understand that it would upset you more than it would relieve me. And even if it would relieve me more than it would upset you, I still don't think that it would be appropriate. Unfortunately, I think that this is sort of revealing, it's really quite telling, that all of the things that I had done 2 years ago to try and improve myself has it's all essentially melted away, and I wish that I could talk to you. I wish that you wanted to talk to me as well. I know that nothing could come of it, but I wish that the interest was there nevertheless. I wish that I have improved. I wish that I was able to improve for the better, to address the flaws that I have already outlined for you in the past so explicitly. And I had tried, but it just hardly seems to matter. As time passes, I see you grow more and more distant, and growing in other ways as well, all of which remove you further and further from me and what we were. That's not to say that I haven't changed either, though not in the ways that I would have liked. In fact, one of the things that has changed for me is regarding my paradigm, and I suppose it's all quite cyclical, in that when you first met me, I had largely given up on interpersonal relationships, but I think that I had done so in a very different way. I had done so because I thought that I was the issue, and that it was some insurmountable problem, while for other people it really wasn't anything at all. I've now come to believe that it's not that it's something wrong with me or something wrong with anybody else. It's just that these things just don't exist. And what I mean by that is everything is meaningless and everything is hopeless and nothing has any value. There is no profundity in the world. This is the chief difference. This is also one of the primary reasons that I have latched upon memory so dearly, because at the time I did care, and I believed in hope and purpose, although I resented the life steps that your involvement outlined. I at least had them, and I understood their necessity in that context. But now all of that, of course, has disintegrated, and I'm left with nothing, no ambition, no motivation, really, because there's no point to it. There's really nothing to gain. I could perhaps pursue somebody or something, but my feelings for it and my sense of attraction would be flimsy and disposable, just in the same way that if of course it's a person, if their feelings for me would be in any thought otherwise would be self-deceit and an illusion. As such, I feel a particular attachment to my time with you because it's the closest thing I've had to a life with meaning. And I'm not trying to say that you in particular gave meaning to my life, but now you symbolize a life with meaning, a life with purpose, a life with desire. So please do not feel any pressure or any guilt for having exited my life. If you were to return, I don't think that my point of view would change. I simply strive to return to that period and that mentality. My pursuit of you, of course, would be the most obvious manifestation of that. These are the things that I think about very often, though I wish that I didn't. I wish that I didn't think this way at all. I also would have liked to omit all of that from this section because I don't want you to think that side A is artificial or that my feelings are directed at an image of you as opposed to the real you, if a real you could exist, because that's not what I'm trying to suggest, and I hope that's not what you take from this. I do very sincerely think highly of you, and it kills me to look back upon my memories and see how you had tried and how I looked the other way for the sake of drama and martyrdom. I always thought that on some level there was this essential element of pain pertaining to romance, and that there was always a certain degree of suffering that in order to be with someone you have to give up something, and I artificially placed hurdles into my life to make up for that. I also believe that most of my behavior was driven by my immaturity and insecurity as well. I hope to change that. I hope to, if I ever talk to you, to at the very least present an image of serenity and rationale. to appear as a tranquil being of strength, at least in the context of your life. Because I do. Still, of course, harbor the fantasy of all of this just being a downward point, a downturn in my life and point of view, and that someday we will reconnect and all of this will make sense. It's just a necessary step in returning to you in an authentic way. In summation, this is a gift to make up for all of the self-involved and selfish gifts that I have given you in the past. This is one of the many steps that I've been taking to try and return to a life with you and a life of meaning, purpose, and value. I'll always love you. Please just think of me kindly.